How to become a profitable sports bettor with OddsJam. We're back for another video. This was given to me by someone named Randall from the company. As I said, we're working with them. We're promoting OddsJam. OddsJam is a portal betting, I guess you can call it a betting platform. And it's a great tool for assessing odds, the spreads, profitable games, and games that have positive EV, right? So you want to have games that have profit in them. If you're betting with Vegas, you're going to lose. You want to bet against, I'm sorry. If you bet against Vegas, you're going to lose. You want to bet with Vegas. There's a way to do that. It's profitable, but you got to do some homework. So Randall was nice enough to put together this nice little slideshow. So I thought I'd review it with you. This is more for beginners in a sense. If you're a beginner and you want to be a profitable sports bettor, OddsJam is a great place to start because all of us basically started out the way most people do, and we lose our ass. We think we know what we're doing. We just bet on games like, oh, I like this odds, I like the spread, and this looks good. My buddy said that. Fade the public and blah 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 blah. And I say blah 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 because if you really think about it, do you really think Sports Center, all these different, I don't even know all the different sports things that are out there. I don't watch TV anymore because this is a bunch of, it sounds like lies to me. I'm thinking of what I might do is go against them, and everything they say, if they say so-and-so is going to win, I'm going to bet against it. Because I don't know if you ever saw, but like Bradshaw, Howie Long, every week when they do their picks, I've never tracked to see who won last week, but every now and then they'll post like, oh, Terry's up, 48%. Okay, well, that's not going to make anyone good at betting. And these guys are supposed to be the experts and all that stuff. I've dealt with handicappers. I've paid them to study and learn how they do things. And at the end of the day, you just need to have OddsJam. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need to know about. Someone asked me the other day, well, what do you think about the game coming up? And I do day trading too. What do you think about the news said that the Russians are doing this with China? And I don't care. I don't care what they say. Because when they talk like that, they're pushing the news to push your emotions, to drive you in a direction that they want you to go. And where is it? It's right in their pocket. Got it? I can't stress that enough. I do day trading, and I'm telling you, technical trading and day trading go hand in hand. If you know the technicals, you know where the market's going to go, resistance and supply levels, you're fine. That's it. The market's going to go one direction. It doesn't care what you think. And sports betting, doesn't matter what you think. So how to become a profitable sports bettor with OddsJam. Thank you so much, Randall. First up is you need to have multiple sports books. So what that means is you need to have DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, TwinSpire, Bet365, Five Dimes, Barstool. Go on and on. I got 10 so far. I don't know if I want to manage more than 10, but the ones I have are working very well for me. The reason you need 10 is because let's say you have $100 in all 10. Now you have $1,000 as your bankroll. You can bet 1%. And if you bet across the board, one game here, $5, 110, 120 here and there across different platforms, like $10 on FanDuel, $5 on DraftKings, 20 on FanDuel. You're not going to lose that one book all your money. You're going to lose bets. Don't worry. You're going to lose bets. The hardest thing is going to be is accepting the fact you're going to lose. That's difficult because it's your money. It's your hard-earned money you're putting in there. And I'll tell people, get a rainy day fund. Put your money aside. Build a bankroll. Start small, $100, $50, whatever you can afford. If it's $50, bet $1 a game for a week or two. If you follow OddsJam, you'll probably come out $4 or $5 ahead in a week. It's not a lot of money, but it adds up really quick. You're going to compound money. So get multiple sports books if you want to be successful. Now, this is about Randall. He won the big Westgate Super Contest. I think that was last year. He finished. He tied for 30th out of 2,700 people. That's pretty good, really good. He's been doing this for about 11 years. He's a former teacher, and he's now the head of customer service at OddsJam. And he and I have been corresponding back and forth. We're going to try to get him on an interview We have Alex is coming on an interview soon, and that's going to be really exciting because he's the inventor of this, and he knows exactly how to do this inside and out. If you follow our videos, you will start to understand how this works. If you don't follow the videos, you don't follow my videos, you don't listen, you just kind of go, oh, okay, I get it, and plug in and do it, you're going to be lost. So let's go through some sports betting vocabulary. Again, this is for beginners in the beginning stages. If you don't know what you're doing, here's how it works. The ATS against the spread refers to point spreads and oftentimes the team's record. So against the spread, meaning that the Bengals are playing the Chiefs, they're getting 6 points. The other team's against that spread. They have to beat that spread. They have a minus. Backdoor cover, wager that's very low odds of winning, but wins because of meaningless basket, field goal, touchdown. It's like the worst team in football playing the best team in football at the end of the season, like the Lions, pull it out and beat the Bucs by 10. Who would have thought that? They were probably getting 10 points. Bad beat, a wager has high percentage of winning, but loses on a meaningless basket, field goal, or touchdown. Same kind of thing. To me, when you say bad beat, that seems like a negative term for a degenerate gambler. So I always say don't use that kind of word. Don't use lock. Don't use bad beat. Just stay positive, move forward, win some, lose some, profit. That's it. Buying points, you can improve the point spread by increasing your odds of winning. I did that with the Pittsburgh Steelers when they played the Chiefs. They were plus 13.5. And partway through the game, almost halftime, they were a plus. They gave them a point spread of 27, plus 27. I took that and I won. On the 13, I didn't win. So you got to pay attention to the spreads. They move back and forth, up and down. We do have live betting on OddsJam. It's an extra fee of $9 per day, or you can talk to us about upgrading to the highest tier platform. Let me know. Send me an email. We'll send you the information on that as well. You can do live betting every day. Buying points, we got that. Closing line, the final odds of a game before it starts. The line will often move up or down throughout the week. So, what happens is whenever they announce the game is going to be, say, next Sunday, or Sunday comes up. Sunday they play football. Monday morning the odds comes out. What are the odds? Sometimes those odds are better because things happen throughout the week that cause lines to move, either in your favor or advantage. Now, if you have one that's in your favor, you keep it. If it's at a disadvantage, you do have the ability to close out that bet. If you don't have the ability to close out that bet, move on. Don't make another bet to make up for it. Don't go chase your losses because you're not gonna do that. Don't go bet $10 on a game and go, lines moved against me. I got to make up that money and bet $20 to make it up. No, don't do that. No, just don't. Just wait till the next game. Don't bet $20 to make up the loss of what you just had. Bet something smaller. So if you're down let's say you're down $100 on a $500 bankroll. Most people think, oh, you know what? I like this game. I'm going to bet $100. I'm going to make it up. Now I'll make $200. Now I'll have $600 in my bankroll. You're not. That's not going to happen. It will at times. Most times, and I say most times, I'm talking 90 to 95%. It's not. If you're down $100 and you've been betting, say, $20 a game, bet $5 a game. Instead of betting like 1 or 2 games a day, bet like 3 or 4 at like $2.50, a couple games at $5. Until you start getting that profit back and you break even, then go back and put your money back. Then go back to your $20 lines. Let's go through sports betting vocabulary. Cover. Correctly picking a team who covers the point spread. The Lakers were 10-point favorites. They won by 14. Right? So they covered. The dog or the underdog, who is not expected to win, is represented by a plus. So the Bengals are a plus, I think, 6.5 against the Chiefs. Seems like a pretty fair bet to me. The Bengals are a good team. A lot of people want them to win. There's your feelings in there. Now, they're talking about the Bengals. I better take that 6 points. Is it going to be a profitable bet? Or is Kansas City? With OddsJam, you can find that out. Remember, we have a 7-day free trial on the channel here. Go down, subscribe, like the channel, please. Pick the 7-day trial. Just try for 7 days. If you have questions, let me know. I have a guy that's asked me questions. I'm going to go over his questions in a minute here. Actually, I got about 3 or 4 in the past week that have contacting me with questions to figure out what to do, how to do it. They're new. I'd love to help you. So you get 7 days free. If you sign up after 7 days, you get 35% off. You will not get that when you sign up on OzGym. It's going to be a straight, just, you're paying the fee. Even money, neither side has odds or disadvantage. So you might have the Bengals at a negative 110, and you might have the KC at a plus 110. They're even odds. Favorite side of sporting event represented by a minus. Like I said, KC -6, they're the favorite. Or if you just see a KC minus 210 or 270 with the money line, that's a favorite as well too. There's no real favorites on the over-unders. Just be aware of that. You have to pick either or. First half bet, wager on the first half only, not the full game. Now you can bet props, you can bet points, total points, you can bet goals in soccer. If you want to bet soccer, I'm telling you, you'll make money in soccer. It's a great way to make money in sports. The odds are really good. Future wager on champion of a sport, conference, or division. Now you can take, say the beginning of the year you took the Bengals to win the division. That might have paid a lot of money, like a 600 to 1 or 1,500 to 1. I don't know. But they're there. So now if you would take a future bet and say, okay, I want the Bengals to win the Super Bowl, say, before the season starts, week 2, week 10, whatever, that's a future. A future can also be, to me, a week or two in advance. I bet on some sport games, especially soccer, a couple weeks in advance. I have one set for the 13th, one for the 9th. I just had a few that I put a wager on like a week or two early because the lines are available. Take advantage of it. And sometimes those lines move into your advantage as well too, and I won most of those. So make sure you do that. Another thing that you should do as a beginner sports bettor on OzGym to be profitable is look for a hook. There'll be a half point on the betting spread. Now, if you're in football, you're betting a plus 2.5. Don't do that. Don't bet a 2.5 or a 3. Take a 3.5. Take a 7.5. Reason is, don't take a 6.5. If you do, and you lose by 7, it's a hook. It's a half a point. Now, if you had 7.5, that's good. If you had 3.5, and they won by a field goal, you win. That's happened a lot. You can go in there and change the line from, let's say it's the Bengals plus 3, and the KC wins by 3. It's a push. You don't lose your money, but you didn't win. What if the KC wins by 2, and you got 3, you win. Now, if they win by 3.5, you lost. However, if you took 3.5 with the Bengals, and they lose by a field goal, they lost the game, you win. It's awesome. It's a great feeling to have when you're like, oh, they covered the spread. Man, that's awesome. Because they weren't expected to win. The juice, the VIG, you got to pay the juice. As Vinny Locke says, you got to pay the VIG, man. You got to pay the VIG no matter what. There is a VIG calculator on our site to teach you and show you to understand how to find out what the VIG is or the juice. You can cut that out of your bet if you know what you're doing. Laying the points. Betting on a favorite, but sacrificing points in the NFL, the winner of the game covers around 85% of the time. That is new to me. That I have to go research. Laying the points, betting on a favorite, but sacrificing points in the NFL, the winner of the game covers around 85% of the time. Similar to what I just said. Limit. Maximum amount of sportbook will take on sporting event. So they can limit you. So if you're gonna be an arbitrage bettor, which we have on here, where you bet both sides with 2 different sports books. You bet Bengals on one side with Fox bets, and you bet Kansas City with FanDuel. You have to cover both sides, and our system will teach you how to do that mathematically with a calculator. So it's precise. It balances out both sides, so you win one, lose one, and you keep the profit. However, if you have a bankroll of like $500, I don't recommend doing that. It's going to be very difficult for you. I tried a few times. It's just hard to manage the money in the beginning. So when you get better at this, you can do that. Right now, this is more geared towards beginners, people coming in, wondering, what does this do? How does it work? What do I expect? All those questions you have in your head. I'm trying to answer those up front for you so you feel more comfortable, at least just trying it. Because in your mind, I guarantee you're thinking, well, sounds like a scam, sounds like a bunch of BS. 2% profit, that's nothing. Really? Really? 2% profit's nothing. Well, I can tell you this. If you win 2% every single day, $3, $5, you're increasing your profit, you're increasing your total amount of your bankroll. So let's say today you're at $1,000, tomorrow you win 10, now you're 1,010, right? Let's say the next day you win $6, now you're 1,016. If that keeps going like that over and over and over and over, your bankroll is going to grow. It just takes a little bit of time. You got to be patient. You're not going to go in here and just blow up the freaking Vegas lines and bet $300-400 in a week and come out with 10 grand. Maybe somebody will. I mean, someone's going to get lucky. There'll probably be some girl betting $100 on a game because she likes the blue team, but that's not sustainable. Next will be the line. The line odds determine the margin between the favorite and the underdog. Like we said before, the line is like KC minus 6 is the line. The odds would be, say, KC minus 6, and the odds are, a minus 175. You can take the money line if you think Casey's going to win straight up, but you're giving away money on that minus 175. Live betting on a real game, excuse me. I apologize. Live betting on a game, real time, has the changing odds. So during the game, let's say the favorite is minus 210, right? I'm sorry, let's say they're giving up 7 points, minus 7. So it's KC minus 7. First quarter, the Bengals come in, blow it up 14 points. That line's going to move. It may move to a +3. Take Kansas City. You got to just take the favorite if the line moves more than 7 points. Just a good rule. A lock. Can't miss bet. Guaranteed winner. No such thing. When someone says there's a lock, I bet against them and I win most of the time. There are no locks. There are no locks. There are no locks. Locks to me is the degenerate gambler term that says to me they don't really know what they're talking about and they think they're cool and their massive egos in the way and they might win some games once in a while. But at the end of the year, they're probably going, like this, man. All these locks keep falling apart. Why? You don't want to get into this whole emotional basket case of like losing and losing and losing your ass. And I got someone that contacted me yesterday or 2 days ago. He's lost 60,000 euros in a year. I haven't lost anything in a year. None. I take that back. When I first started, I had 2 sport books with $100, and I probably pumped in an extra $200-400 in both of those for a couple months. But then I made it back, and I've never looked back since. So there are ways to make money. You just have to be patient. If you don't know what you're doing, seek guidance. Like I said, watch my videos. I'm going to keep doing these videos for you guys. It's working. It's helping people. It's helping me tremendously. I lost my ass last night. You know what I said before I put my bets in last night? It just doesn't seem like a good day. It just seems like I just feel like everyone's going to lose today. You know what happened? Everyone lost. I won 2 out of 10 bets. Now, 2 days prior, I think I won 18 out of 22 bets. Am I profitable? Sure, absolutely. Now, we'll go through a couple different ways of betting on these things in a second, but sports betting vocabulary, again, off the board. It's an event that no longer exists on the board because injuries, some controversy, circumstances, they might just take that bet and it might not be there that day. Just move on to the next one. If it's not there, now the good thing is some platforms may have it, some platforms will not. I have a couple platforms, BetUS. I like the platform, but there's things on there I don't like the odds. It won't show me the odds. It won't show me if I do a parlay. It'll be like a plus 299 or a plus 1242. It won't show that, so I don't know how to track that information. But opening line, the initial line of the sports betting event that'll usually move. So remember we talked about whenever you do the closing line, right? The closing line value. That's what we're referring to. The opening line, say it's like a -3, but the closing line is a -2. You want to be able to beat those lines. You want to beat those odds. Or let's say, I'm sorry, not that. I take that back. If the line is, say, a -210 and you bet it and the line moves to a plus 100, you don't want to take that bet. You're probably going to lose because that's how the odds work. Remember, Vegas sets the odds to their advantage, not to you. I'm going to repeat that again. Vegas sets their odds against you because they know you'll get sucked into it and you'll bet and you'll lose your money. It's just that simple. That's why the house always wins. Pick 'em, PK, and even money bet, which there are no odds. You just pick the winner, right? You might say even bet, -110, -110, -105, whatever it may be. Same thing each side. Take your pick. At that point, I probably just, either go with a favorite or maybe buy a few points depending on the sport. Prop bets, exotics. I think they're kind of cool, but I think it's a great way for Vegas to just make extra money. So I try to stay away from them. I do like the halftime points, the over and under points, depending on what team it is. There's a lot of factors go involved in that. It's a lot of research. So I just kind of stay away. Now I have learned this with prop bets. I've noticed, and I did this last night, there's a guy named Uslid something who plays for one of the basketball teams. I don't know much of the players in basketball. I know LeBron and a couple other guys. He was supposed to, the odds were a prop bet plus 30 points. And I'm like, I'm going to try the under 30 points on this guy. So I tried under 30 and I won. I'm like, I went back and looked some other prop bets. A lot of guys don't make the overs because they set them sometimes kind of high. Now they will have things like 0.5 on rebounds. I mean, he just needs one rebound to win. I took that and the guy lost. I'm like, Jesus. So to me, it's kind of like, if you like prop betting and you're profitable at it, continue. If you like it and you're not profitable, you may want to reconsider. A push is when one team scores the exact same number as the other team. So let's say you have Kansas City. You have Kansas City, right? They're playing the Bengals. The Bengals are a +3, and they lose by 3 points, 27-30, right? That's a push because 27 plus 3 is 30. They're equal numbers. They'll give you your money back. Soccer, they will not. If it's a draw, you do not get your money back. So I'll tell you this is what I learned in soccer. If you play closer to the playoff times with the big like ELPs and the England leagues, the big market teams, a lot of ties. Draws. Play the smaller market teams, doesn't happen a lot. And bet the under a lot. If it's under 3, over 3, bet the under all the time. Most games come out to be, I think it's like 1.5 average in soccer, which is pretty low. So reverse line movement. These are pretty cool. It occurs when the line moves in the opposite direction of what people are betting. If the Steelers are -7, 80% of the bets are coming on them, but the line drops to the Steelers at -6.5. It's referred to as a reverse line movement. This happens because sharper players are taking the underdog. Now, this might sound a little bit confusing. I won't spend too much time on this right now because this is kind of an advanced technique, but at least you have the basics of what it is. What that means is if the Steelers are -7 and there's more bets, people are paying Vegas, constantly. The bets are coming on them, so that there's tons and tons of money on the Steelers, but then the line drops to a 6.5. It's probably because some guy, the sharp bettors, have big bankrolls. They might come in and drop 60 grand on that game in one day. That's gonna move that line. They have the power to do that. So be careful of the line movements. If you have a good value, EV value, say 3 days prior to a game, but then right at that last minute that reverse changes and you can cash out, might not be a bad idea. Moving on. Second half wager. This will be a wager on the second half only of the full game. I'm going to go through these a little bit quicker because we're running time's kind of, I don't want to bore you guys to death with every single thing on here. So if you need a copy of this, please email me and I will get you a copy. Selling points decrease the odds of winning, but increasing the odds amount that can be won. A sharp professional sport bettor, so I'm a sharp bettor. If you're doing OddsJam, you're going to become a sharp bettor. That means you're going to be profitable. Shopping around, we're shopping for line movements. We're shopping for discrepancies in the lines. That's why we said get multiple books. Stake, that's the amount of money you pay up front. I'm going to stake or bet $10 on this game to win X. Straight up SU, betting the winner without the point spread. Money lines. You're just taking a money line bet. That's all it is. Taking the points, betting on an underdog, accepting the points, which can result in a winning bet despite the team losing straight up. North Carolina was a 5-point underdog, but they lost by 3. Ticket, the receipt from a confirmed wager on a physical ticket online confirmation. We all know what that is. A wise guy, a bettor with inside information. I guess we're kind of wise guys, so we got inside information. We got all the data and all the numbers. Home field advantage. NFL home field advantage is worth 3 points in the NFL. College football, home field advantage is worth 0 to 3 points depending on the stadium and the team. NBA and NCAA basketball, home field advantage is worth anywhere from 2 to 7 points depending on the stadium. Ken Palm, or Ken Pomeroy, has ratings for every NCAA team with adjustments. He also predicts for every game of the college basketball season. Las Vegas started paying attention to his work many years ago. So if you need that information as well, I have not looked at it yet. Sometimes for me, just too much data with sports betting, too much information starts to get you a little bit riled up, and you start overthinking things, and it's not a good way to bet. The money line. Odds are expressed in terms of money, with $100 being the standard amount. The odds are a minus. Then that is the amount of money that must be wagered on to win $100. If a team is minus 200, then you would need to risk 200 to win 100. If a team is a plus, then that amount of your money would win on a $100 bet. If a team is a plus 175, $100 wager, you win 175, team wins. So it shows you that what the information is here. You can see Baltimore plus 8, the over-under, the win. Now, I don't personally, if it's $100, if this is $375 to win 100, I'm not going to put $375 on it. Don't do that. Just bet your regular wager until you're better at betting, because you're still going to win something. It might not be a lot of money. It might be on $10, like $3.75, but it's $3.75 better, right? Point spread, referring to as the spread. Here's how you have the spread right here. So the Ravens are minus 8 at a 110 minus. The Browns are a plus 8 at a 110, right? So what our system will do is teach you and show you that one of these bets has better value of winning money long term, not today, long term. Think of it this way. Every bet has a value. It might only be like a value of 2% or 3.75%, but if you win or lose, that value of that bet is still worth the same amount of money. So it's kind of like this. If you're in sales and you get paid $1,000 for a sale and you called 100, no, in other words, I'm sorry. If you made a phone call and you're doing sales and your boss says, every phone call you make is worth $10, even if they hang up the phone, you're like, I didn't make $10 in the, hey, George, how's it going? F you. I just made $10. Well, where's my $10? You got to think differently. If every call you make is worth $10 and it's $1,000 to make one sale, you get $1,000 and you make a sale. If you made 100 phone calls, you're going to make $1,000 because each call is worth $10. Same thing applies with this. It's exactly the same thing. Make 10 bets with good value, you're going to win that money. It might only be 3%, but it's better than losing, right? The run line or the puck line for baseball and hockey. I love these run lines. They are awesome. Here's the challenge. If you take the Braves at minus 190 and a plus 1.5, you're not making as much on that odds line, but there's value to it. The value is the Braves are getting 1.5 points. So in baseball, that's a big deal. I've hit a 10-team parlay in baseball with all 1.5s across the board. In fact, I just hit an 8-team, the other 6-team basketball, all money lines the other day. It just depends. Now, OzJam will help you with parlays. It'll help you with round robins, which I'm very good at. I've hit about 50 plus between parlays and round robins, over 50 in this past year. Over 50. People say it can't be done, but I have a record of that as well. I have it in a file on my phone. I've got to figure out how to get that file to my computer, to upload it, or just do a video on my phone and post a video. I guess I have to do something like that to prove that it's there, because most people are like, "Oh, that's not true. You can never do that many." Okay, I hit 3 parlays this week already: a 4-team, a 5-team, and a 6-team last night. That's 3 in a week. It's Friday. I still got Saturday, Sunday. I guarantee you by the weekend I'll hit 2, 3 more. No problem. Why? I have a tool. Even before this tool, I still did it. Now that I have a tool, I'm even better at it. Why? Because I see better value in the picks. I know which ones are better than others. It's great. Total, over, under. Betting on the line, number of points, runs, goals scored in a sporting event with action taken on if there will be over the set number or under the set number. Blah. Sorry. Let me give my tea. The brain's not quite working. So over, under. Here's what it is. Over. If you want to bet on the Ravens to get over 40, like these two teams are going to play. Now, the consensus is, based on the odds, that they're saying the total points will either be over 49.5 or under 49.5. Both at minus 110. Which one do you take? Are you going to go through and go, well, the quarterback for the Ravens is hurt and so-and-so, blah, 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 but, their quarterback's not playing. It's the end of the season, and we have the CVD thing going on with the shot, They might have to sit out and get, all this different stuff, injuries here, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. You have to know which one has the better value, and you got to pick the better value. Parlays. Parlays are considered lottery tickets, as they say. However, maybe just for some reason I'm good at parlays. I don't know. I don't know. I've done a lot of things in the past that I won't talk about here as far as my knowledge base of what I do and how I figure things out in sports. It's my little secret, and you can't have it. However, it never hurts to put $1 on a 8, 9, 10 team parlay every couple days. It's $1. What do you got to lose? If it's a lottery, you're going to go play a lottery for $2 or $5 or $10. Just put $1 on a parlay. Do a 14 parlay every day. Watch what happens. Pick up with a couple dogs with some good points. Pick this or that. You'll do well. Teasers, a series of wagers in which the bettor is able to manipulate the lines, combining the games. All of the bets must be in order for the bettor to win. A common teaser will be the NFL and college football. Plus 6 points, plus 6.5, and 7 points, and 10 points. Some of the sportsbook will offer super teasers. This gives the bettor the ability to bet 13 points added to each spread. These sound enticing, but remember, all of them have to hit. One blowout in the NFL and a super teaser is a loss. Super teasers require 4 teams. And if you bet more than 4 teams, you can make the odds loss. Hold on 1 second, I apologize. I gotta watch my profit. I just said profit on my got a few minutes. My day trading profits. They popped in from this morning at 3 a.m. Depending on the sports book, a push in a teaser may got another one. Let's see. Depending on the sports book, a push in a teaser can be a loss or a lower payout. Books often set lines with teasers in mind. Common teasers in the NBA and basketball, college are 4 points, 4.5, 5 points. Again, depending on the sports book, a push as a teaser can be a loss or a lower payout. If you're new and you're a beginner, stay away for now. We'll do some other advanced stuff later on. I mean, you can do a teaser like say a one team if they're going to give you 2-3 extra points on a game, especially this weekend on football. I'll probably take a couple teasers, maybe like the Bengals. I got the Bengals on the money line, But I'll probably take a teaser and get a couple extra points because Kansas City's pretty damn good. They've come up this last game that you saw. It's ridiculous. Who knows what they're going to do? What is a bankroll when betting a unit? A bankroll is the amount of money you have to set aside strictly for gambling, or in this case, sports investing. This money that can be lost. This is money that can be lost and have no impact on the life you are living. In other words, stash money aside, put $500 aside, even though if you lose that money, you're going to be okay. But if you stick with us, you won't lose the money. If you do not have a bankroll, you do not need to be betting. A bankroll is very important, and a bankroll management is equally important. A unit is a percentage of your bankroll. My suggestion is for a unit is 1% of your bankroll. For example, if you're betting a $10 game, you need to have a bankroll of $1,000. Come up with a bankroll amount and then determine your unit size. Now, what that means is if your bankroll is $1,000, you only bet $10 per game. That doesn't mean to bet 10 games for $10, right? Now you're at 10%. You'll lose very quickly. What I would suggest is split $10 up. If one, I don't like betting one game a day. It's just not fun. To me, it feels like if I bet one game a day and I lose that game, I lost the whole day, the whole entire day. Now, if I bet 3 games a day and I lose 1 or 2, or bet 3 and win 2 or 3, I feel a little bit different. I feel more comfortable with betting like 3 or more games per day. If you have a bankroll of 1,000 and you can do $10 as 1%, bet 5 games at $2, right? 5 games a day at $2. If you can win 3 out of 5, you're profitable. There you go. Well, depending on the odds. Flat betting or scale betting. For right now, flat betting, I'm going to shorten this a little bit. Flat betting is when, like I said before, when I said like a bet $100, if it's what was it? A minus 375, then you have to bet 375 to win 100. That's scale betting. You don't want to do that. Flat betting would be $10 on every game, despite what the odds are. Start with that. Scale betting we'll get into later. Recreational professional bettors are kind of pretty simple. Recreation bettors are ones that just, talk a lot of shit, get out there, gamble, brag about their wins and whenever they lose. Oh, it was fixed, man. Did you see the call in the games? Like it's just so negative to me. Don't be that guy. Be even if you're just doing recreational, don't brag about your wins. Just say, hey, did you guys bet this week? Yeah, how'd you take? Oh, I took this game, I won. Oh, cool. That's it. You talk about all the football you want, but don't talk so much about your wins and losses. Bad juju. Really bad juju. And don't sit there all day. I joined, it's kind of funny. My friend invited me to a Facebook group, and he's like, yeah, all my buddies bet and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay. I go in there the whole time as I'm putting my picks in through the night. It's like first quarter. Oh, the Lakers are sucking ass. And the next guy pops up. The Warriors are just sucking tonight. I don't know what's going on. And all this negativity. I'm like, oh, my God. Then about third quarter, oh, we're going to fucking lose. Oh, this is horrible. I can't. Oh, my God. We sucking. Why? The best thing you can do is put your picks in, walk away, wait till the morning, go back and look at your phone or your whatever tracking device you have. See who won. It's kind of exciting. You'll sleep better. You'll sit there by your phone and be like, I bet on Lakers, man. They're down by 2. It's third quarter. That could change in 10 seconds. Did you guys see the football game with Kansas City? 13 seconds. 13 seconds Kansas City drove down the field and they won. Don't ever give up on your pick. Now, that night, the other night when these guys are complaining, I'm sitting there with all my picks. Some I had to we had the Panthers, hockey, the Predators. We had the Islanders, the Rangers, and a couple basketball picks. And that's the day I had 5 on my basketball parlay. Yeah, every couple, boom, one team won. Another team won. They're complaining, oh my God, we're going to lose. We suck. I can't. 3 teams win. So I said 4 teams. The last 2 games, I think, were the Timberwolves and I think the Golden State Warriors. So I sent my card. I copied and pasted to you guys. I'm like, look, guys, don't give up. They're like, holy shit, you're going to win, man. Because my teams were up by 20-some points. Third, fourth quarter. They're like, oh my God, you're going to win. It's like, yeah. Relax, bro. Take a freaking chill pill. That's all you got to do. Square versus sharp bettors. Square bettors fall in the category of recreation. Sharp bettors fall into the category of professional. Sharp bettors are the ones that follow that hard line on Pinnacle, like we talked about. If you're a beginner, learn what Pinnacle has as a line spread. Don't bet against them, bet with them. If the line's worse than what you have, you're not going to take that bet. You'll learn this. This is kind of cool. I guess Randall popped up with this. He said that if any team on the road in football loses 3 games in a row, the next game they win. Big. So that's kind of cool, but that's not a statistic I'm going to go track because I don't know if you noticed, but no offense to Randall. He's very good at what he does. But in 2019, that was the schedule. That was 3 years ago. No, sorry. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. In my opinion, not worth tracking. If that happened every season, 3, 4, 5 times, absolutely. That's what you want to track. And once again, you need multiple sports books. All right. Now, one more thing I want to cover is someone contacted me who signed up the other day. He had a lot of questions. He's losing. He's losing really bad. So he asked me about my video, and then he said he lost all this money. He said, "What if I have $1,200,000 contact euro last year, profitable?" He said he lost 200K in euros last year. I thought it was 60. I apologize. It's 200K. And he wants to start something profitable. I would think that's a good idea. No offense to you, sir, if you're listening. I know it sucks, but he said the problem is I'm a European gambler, so I'm not familiar with American odds. He said we're going to teach him the odds, American style, and lose 2 games EV betting. Now his issue was EV betting and figuring out how to do EV betting. So there's another video I posted on here about EV betting. I'm going to post a few more about it and keep doing that. And hopefully at some point here we'll have enough people that we can do some live streams. That way we can all kind of pitch in. And, I'd like to record one of these sessions. Maybe I'll try to do like a Zoom call on a video. If I can do it, I'll figure that part out to get people on. We can ask questions live, and that'd be kind of cool. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for today. I apologize. It's a long video, but if you want to watch this in clips of 10 minutes, you're driving your car or whatever, or as you're making picks and bets, do this kind of stuff. But if you're new, if you want to be a profitable sports bettor, you need OddsJam. Other than that, I wish everyone well. Please hit the subscribe button, comment, ask questions, get involved. If you don't ask questions, you're not going to go anywhere. Take the ego. Someone told me I was 18 years old at the gym when I first started. He's like, the owner goes, "Ken, come here." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "See that box over there?" I'm like, "No." There's a little box in the corner there. And I said, "A box in the corner, Jeff?" I'm like, "There's no box, dude." He goes, "There's a box in the corner, and it's called an ego box." And I said, "Okay." He goes, "What that means is when you walk through these doors, drop your ego in that box. And then when you're done working out, take your ego with you." And I said, "Okay, Jeff." Now, mind you, I was like 18, 19 years old. Just started out bodybuilding, 138 pounds, skinny as can be, right? I didn't know what he meant. I'm like, okay. The whole day I'm just sitting there going, what was he talking about? About 2 days later, I was like, oh, I get it. Because someone mentioned to me, like, the next day, you don't want to come in here and work out and be cool and, like, try to impress girls. I'm like, that's what he meant by ego. As far as now, what that means is don't be a jackass when you go to the gym. Don't show off. Don't think like you're awesome because you have muscles. Because most girls don't really care. I mean, they do to some extent, but you got to be a nice person too. They're not going to like you. I've been around long enough to know. Trust me. In sports betting, your ego will destroy you. If you think, I got a guy I talked to. He's just coming up with all this stuff, and they're going to win. Okay, guaranteed the Packers are going to win. I'm like, they're not. That's not guaranteed. Now, I bet against the Packers, and I won. He took the Packers, and he lost. He said he's a professional gambler. He's won $60,000 on sports this year. Fair enough. Don't let your ego get in the way. Be humble. Understand the numbers. Make it a business, not a free for all. If you want to do it for fun, do it for fun. You can still use this and do it for fun. For $100 a month, I mean, you're going to win more than that, even on a $100 total bankroll. Give it a month or two, you'll be profitable. Signing off, guys. If you have any questions, like I said, there's a link down there below. Please like, please subscribe. Click the link, get 7 days free, and after 7 days, you'll get 35% off the program. It's month to month. You can quit when you want. We will help you. There's a chat box in there. You can speak with Randall. His team has been super helpful for me. They're very responsive when I have a question. I asked him for this from his video last night. It was in my inbox the next morning. So watch Alex's videos. Please watch mine more. I'm kidding. Just watch all the videos. I really like if you guys have watched and subscribed to mine. I'm growing my channel. You can see I have a Patreon as well, too, which if you want bets, I'll give you picks every day for a month for $5. It's month to month. Now, if you want a higher tier, you want parlays and picks, I'll give you the parlays I do as well, too. Like I said, we just hit 3 parlays this week. We probably lost 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 parlays. But the parlays that we won far exceeded the wins of our losses. Some parlays I do like $2, $3 or $5. I did a 2-team last night for $7 and I won like 24. So that means for $7 I can do another 4 and still be profitable. Well, 3.5 and still be profitable. Okay, guys, take care. See you soon.